Welcome to hrindiana.com, otherwise known as Indiana HR Resources, brought to you by the Indiana Chamber of Commerce. When you go to hrindiana.com, this will be the main page that you come to. And what I want to do today is take you inside the site so that you can get a brief review of some of the options and resources that are available to subscribers. So this is the main screen. Right here on this blue button is going to be your sign in, but if we scroll down just a little bit, you'll see here's the shopping cart if you would like to register, or you can click over here to go for a 10-day free trial, and there's no obligation. So that's another great way to kind of explore this site a little bit more deeply. But let's go ahead and click on this sign in button and start looking around. What it's going to do is bring you to this login screen. As you can see, my username and password are already in, so I'll click on the login button there, and that's going to bring us to our welcome screen. So what's on there is just a few key updates that have recently been added. On the right side of your screen, you see this Ask Your HR question. That will be available on every screen, where you can submit your question to one of our HR professionals who will try to answer that question for you or point you to a key resource that will get you there. You're also going to see a list of upcoming events that are all HR compliance related, and you as a subscriber would get 10% off a registration to any one of these events. So let's take a look at really one of the greatest strengths of the website is this HR library. So there are 15 or more publications on here at any given time. Whatever the most current version of each compliance book is will be on here. As you can see, if you hover over the HR library button, each of those compliance guides is listed, or if you're a more visual person, we can click on that HR library tab and it will bring us to a list with the covers of each one of those books. So let's go ahead and click on Employment Law Handbook, and that will take us to a sample page. So each guidebook page looks like this. You'll have a very brief overview, a list of some of the topics that are included, and then beneath that it will list the author of that particular guidebook, including contact information like a phone number and an email address if you needed to reach out to them. So really what makes this so great is that this interactive guide option. So if you click on that, it'll bring you to the electronic version of the guidebook. So it starts with the cover. On the left side you have your chapters and sections, so let's just click on one, and that's what it would look like when you're using it. So you can just click this and keep going through, scrolling page to page, and really a wonderful feature of these electronic copies is the option to search. So if we click this magnifying glass in the upper right and then search for FMLA, every page with FMLA shows up. So it acts as a digital index. If we click on one of those, it'll bring us directly to that page, and you can keep scrolling until you find the answer you're looking for. So each guidebook on here has that option. You'll also see the buy print version. If you would like a physical copy of the book, you are also afforded a 10% discount on that purchase. So a couple other features of the site. We have this HR News tab. If you click there, we regularly update this with interesting or poignant articles that we think would bring extra value to any HR professional. In this toolkit section, you can see there's some programs, continuing education, workforce development connections, but the strength in this particular category is with the forms. As you can see here, there's a list of downloadable forms, and they are also able to be edited so that you can make sure that each one is more applicable to your organization specifically. So we have job descriptions, leave of absence, performance evaluations. All of these act as a great starting point for the documents that you would need in your own organization. Under this HR Q&A, we have the Indiana Chamber Helpline, which is the same as the Ask Your HR question. So you click there, you can send a question to us, we'll do our best to answer it and or point you to some other great resources that can get you closer to what you need. And this Author Connections option is really wonderful. What it does is it lists out each of the authors who have contributed a book. So again, we can see the individual that wrote the Employment Law Handbook that we saw earlier, but each bio on here has, again, the bio, a photo, a phone number, email information, so you can reach out to these folks individually. So that's just a very quick summary of some of the top features of the website. And so go ahead, I encourage you to take advantage of the 10-day free trial, or send us questions if you got them.